pretty people. All the pretty people say hi, Jerusha. Yes, hashtag to all the pretty people. You are a pretty person. Hold on, Facebook. Hold on. There's Instagram. I had to adjust Instagram. Yes, hold on. Oh, there's Instagram. Hello, pretty people. All the pretty people on Instagram. Hashtag pretty people. Hello, gorgeous to my Facebook family, TikTok family. It's a Monday, money making Monday, marvelous Monday, motivational Monday. It doesn't matter. You made it. I made it. You made it. Another day. So you need to celebrate that you are present, that you are here. Yes, I'm excited for you today. We're going to talk about it. Yes. What did you do this weekend? I got to tell you about my weekend. It was fabulous. Hello, gorgeous. All the pretty people speak to me. Hashtag pretty people. Let me know that you are present. If you are on my business page, show me some love. Yes, do those stars. It says hit the stars, or during the broadcast, you can give digital stars. Okay, so if you are on my business page, make sure you hit me up, tap that screen. Let's tap it up. Tap the screen on Instagram and TikTok and show me some love. Yes, I like to see my peoples. You guys are my people. All the pretty people, hashtag pretty people. We crown our people over here. We celebrate, collaborate, and create great relationships. So if you're joining me for the very first time, make sure you put newbie in the chat. Say, I'm a newbie, Jerusha. That just means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. You are a newbie to me. I love my newbies. Yes, I see a newbie in the building. Where do you reside? I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So let me know where you reside. I want to see all the pretty faces today. Yes, today is your day. If you landed on this page, you stop the scroll, then today is your day. We're going to talk about it. What did you do this weekend? I want to hear about it. Put it in the chat. And where do you reside? Chicago in the building. Houston is in the building. Yes, the North love me, even though I'm from the South, if you cannot tell. And so if you're joining me, I'm Jerusha Wiggins, motivational speaker, radio personality, and business coach in a direct sales business. And I help people start a business with me, and my personal organization is going down. Like currently, listen. Currently, I am developing 100. Yes, I said it. 100 new 100 new online leaders to do what I do and leverage social media and build a business. So if you want to learn more about the 100, put 100 in the chat. If you want to be a part of this movement, because I'm in a different season in my life, my boys are teenagers, and now I can focus on the 100. I'm excited about the 100. We're turning the page. We're in a new chapter of my business. And so, yes, I'm looking for the women that are serious. They're hungry. They're ready to learn. They're ready to go. I'm only looking for the ready right now. They're ready to go. They understand it's going to take work. They're really willing to put in the sweat equity. Yes, those are my people. You're my people. So put 100 in the chat if that's you. If you're like, I need to run a business from home. I need to build a business and leverage social media instead of just being on social media. You need to make sure that you're monetizing, you're leveraging it, like you're doing something other than watching other people do something. Okay, so we want to help you with that. And so, yes, I am building the 100. So if you want to learn more about the 100, put 100 in the chat. That's exciting. And then I come on live to share motivation, inspiration, and business tips with all of you as I go on this journey to help 100 families, 100 women change 100 lives. I also help all of you with your businesses. I don't care what you sell, lotions, potions, pots, pans. It doesn't matter to me what industry you're in. I help you build your business online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threat. If you want to be a double threat, say, Jerusha, I want to be a double threat, baby. Yes. And so I definitely want to help you get there. So I want to share a couple of things. So what did you do this weekend? Juneteenth weekend. I know. Father's Day weekend. And I am a daddy's girl. If you didn't know, now you know. Yes, I'm like, I look like my dad. I do all these things like my dad. And my mom is like, no, you look like me. And I'm like, no, I don't. I look like my dad. So if you are a daddy's girl, let me hear for all of the daddy girls. Put it in the chat. Show me your dad. Yes. I posted a picture of my dad and my mom yesterday. So if you missed it, yes, you got to go see it. And so you'll see why I am a daddy's girl. And even though I have sisters and they all feel like they are number one, but we all feel like we're number one. He's done a very good job of making us feel like we're number one. So if you can relate, yes, let me see it. So let me ask you this. First of all, what did you do? Did you celebrate this weekend? I want to hear about your long weekend. I had a busy, fun-filled weekend. I showed up live. I still work my business because I told you I'm in a different season. I'm in a movement of developing 100 new people in my organization. And so I still showed up live every day on TikTok as promised. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And so you work hard and you play hard. And so I wanted to make sure I enjoyed the weekend as well. And if you saw my stories, I shared some of my activities. I had an opportunity to rub shoulders with a Monica, yes, a Monica Pearson. Well, it was Monica Kaufman. Now it's Monica Pearson. And she was, if you don't know, you're not from Atlanta, but she's pretty well known. She was the number one news anchor in Atlanta. And she is still on the air as, she does a special program in a different role. And I moved to Atlanta to be in radio and television. And so when I moved to Atlanta, she was one of the figures that I saw on television. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Oh, she looks like me. And she's in a major network. So Atlanta is a major news network. Obviously, it's a major city. And to see someone that looked like me, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be in her space now. And so that was at that time, I was still in undergrad. And so I moved to Atlanta to go to grad school. And I was like, I have to be in this city. I was like, all of the successful people are in Atlanta and they look like me. And so I moved to Atlanta. I had one visit here, and my friend LaShawn, she lives here. And so we met in school in undergrad, and she said, you should go home with me. And I went home with her, which is here. And I was like, oh my gosh, the city is wonderful. I was like, I'm going to change lives here. And so that was my first, introduction to Atlanta. And I got a chance to see all the great things. And so she and I, Monica Pearson, she and I took a picture over the weekend. And so if you don't know her story, I told the story already, but I love the story. Her and Oprah. So if you don't know, I'll just tell you a little bit. Her and Oprah went for the same job. So she's the anchor that got the job over Oprah Winfrey at that time. So, it was a minute ago, right? So that's how God has everything planned out for you. He has your path. He knows exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So Oprah wasn't supposed to get the job, right? She was supposed to be doing what she's doing. And Monica was supposed to get the job. And she has changed the way we look at television, all over the country. She was like a leading anchor. And so I love the story. They went for the same job and Monica got the job. And that's why I wanted to meet her or whatever. But anyway, so I got a chance to take a picture with her this weekend and rub shoulders. And I was like, yes, go Monica. Monica in the building. And so, yes, so and how this came about was I was asked to be in the Atlanta Juneteenth parade. And so obviously she was in the parade or part of it, right? And so most of you already know Juneteenth is a day to celebrate, our ancestors. They fought to be liberated. And it's a time to celebrate their power, their brilliance, their tenacity. And so Juneteenth for me is about celebrating freedom and celebrating freedom, your past, your present, and your future, and just remembering our ancestors. And so what we've learned is freedom for us finally came, was it June 19th? And that's why it's called Juneteenth. And that was like 1865. And so I know people are like, well, what's 4th of July? Well, 4th of July is 4th of July, but it was 1776. Okay. And so many people, obviously many Americans hold that dear to their hearts. But on this day, we remember the country fight for freedom on the 4th of July. Well, my ancestors were not free at that time. So that's the difference. And so I just think that it's important that we celebrate that. And so Juneteenth celebrations serve as a reminder that until everyone is free, no one is free. And so it is important to acknowledge it as an American holiday. And so we're glad that it is. Even if you do not celebrate it, I was honored to be a part of the Atlanta Juneteenth parade. And so that was pretty cool. And so if you saw my stories, you saw that I was going live. It was fun. I enjoyed the fun, the laughter, the food, the festivities, the entertainment. So what did you do this weekend? So I had a busy weekend and I walked 2 miles in the parade. I walked 2 miles in the parade, which was fine. So thank God I work out. So I wasn't tired from that. So that was good. So what do you think about this? Yes. So how did you enjoy your weekend? I want to hear about it. But this is the thing, I thought about freedom. Like I said, until we're all free, nobody's free. And so now that we have all of this freedom to build a business, we have all this freedom to leave legacies. We have all this freedom. We have it right now. Every single one of you listening to the sound of my voice, you have it. All of us are free to make our own choices, right? You can change the trajectory of your life. All of us are free to live a freedom life. And so what are you doing differently? What are you doing with your time? And I just believe that we're in the right place at the right time, being on social media, learning technology, taking advantage of the time that you're at home. If you are laid off or you transition or you got laid off during the pandemic, perfect time for you to learn a skill. Perfect time. And of course, sometimes God has to remove us from certain positions. I know, it's difficult if you don't have a job, right? I'm not negating that at all. But sometimes we need to be removed so our creativity can step up. God has removed you from a table where you used to sit in order to save you from a host that was serving you poison, right? So you don't know that job was probably doing you a disservice. So he had to remove you from that job. So I need you to focus on what's in front of you today, okay? Because every removal is not bad. Jerusha, every removal is not bad. Sometimes we need a little kick. Sometimes we need that in our lives. And some moves are necessary. So you just got to take your shot. This is your moment to build online. It's free to be online. It's free to market. It's free to advertise. It's free, basically, unless you're paying for ads. But right now, no one's charging me to share motivation, inspiration, and business tips with you. No one's charging me to motivate you to do more, right? And so I just believe we have the whole wide world in our hands in the cell phones. And as women, we have to realize what we bring to the table. What do you want to do for the world? How do you want to change it? When you know that, you don't have to compare yourself to anybody. I am not in competition with anybody but myself. My full potential takes off running in front of me every single morning, and I'm always trying to catch up. I'm catching up to myself because I'm free. I'm free to do that. Okay. And so what I think the pandemic did, I think there were a lot of jobs created, like home-based businesses created. I think a lot of people tapped into their own creativity, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. That's what, in my opinion, was supposed to happen. And you all know you're reading the news or you heard the news or you're watching the news. And I don't like to watch the news, but my husband works in the news. But what I understand, we're kind of in a recession or something is happening. So I don't want to play into it. I don't want to speak it because you get to keep what you speak. And so I don't want to really talk about it, but I don't want to be ignorant at the same time. I want to be fully prepared. And I want to share with you guys what I know for sure. What I know for sure is you better be creating multiple streams of income. That's what I know for sure. You can look at this recession as a reset. Okay. You can say, okay, they're in a recession. I'm just resetting. That's what I'm doing. I'm choosing to go in a different direction. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are basically becoming their own boss. They're now becoming their own consultants, their own retailers, their own small businesses. People are still thriving. Everybody isn't struggling, right? And if the people you're hanging around, if everybody is struggling, I'm going to need you to get a new circle. We need to change your circle, my dear, okay? Because everybody isn't struggling and everybody isn't in a depression and not everybody. And so we need to change the company that we keep. Now, in this time, I'm going to share with you, I have an appointment at 2:00, okay? Sorry about that. Now is the time, in my opinion, if you have an opportunity, now is the time to share your opportunity. Now is the time to get creative. Write this down. Number 1, I'm going to share this with you. Be creative. Number 2, use images. It's so important right now for you to use images. Number 3, use videos. I've said this so many times. Short form video is the wave of the future. Short form video, and that's TikToks, Reels. That is what people are looking at. The average human attention span is like 8 seconds, which is shorter than a goldfish. Sure, you remember a goldfish, you got 8 seconds. And so if you're doing videos, right, at least you got 8 seconds because that human attention span is shorter. It used to be 15 seconds. It used to be 30 seconds. Now we're down to 8 seconds. I think that's a setup, right? And shortening your attention span, you need to be able to look at something longer than 8 seconds, in my opinion. Okay. But because that's where we are, I think you should take advantage of that. So we crave more and more new information. And it can be difficult to pay attention to one thing for a very long time. So the average person is spending 2 to 3 hours on social media, and they're looking at content that's 8 seconds, 15 seconds. That's all you got. So if I were you, I would be creating content 8 seconds, 15 seconds, because now you're going to be in front of more people to offer your product, your service, your opportunity. That is the deal. That is the deal. Right now, we are all over. Every single person is opening up their cell phone. Every morning, you're opening up your cell phone, trying to see what is going on all the time. So it's very hard for me to believe you don't have time to build a business. The moment you open up your phone and you were on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reels, YouTube, you had time to build a business. You had time to tap into your gift. You had time. You had time. So in today's, I guess, oversaturated digital world, marketers need smart strategies for making the most of their 8 seconds, right? To keep the attention. So this is my recommendation. If you have a product, service, opportunity, create the reel, create the YouTube, or create it today. Okay. Start today. You have a service, create a TikTok for your services. Do something. Don't just watch everybody else win. This is your season to win. This is time for you to say, I am the table. I'm the whole table. You don't need other people. You're it. You're the chosen one. Okay. And so don't limit yourself. And I just believe that I was afraid of social media because I wasn't on social media. I had an office in Atlanta, so I was offline. And coming into this world was different, but I was ready. I was like, whatever it is, I'm doing it. No excuses. I'm doing it. This digital world can change your future. Change is necessary for yourself, your community, and your world. We have to change. Change is voluntary or involuntary, but change is necessary. So the best marketing online, write this down, requires including images. It requires images and visual storytelling tactics. Let me tell you the deal. Images stop the scroll. Videos is an image. It's stopping the scroll. The name of the game is getting people to stop the scroll on you. That's the name of the game. And everybody can do it. Most people won't do it. So you have an advantage. You don't even have any competition. Even though I'm giving you these facts and what I know for sure, many people aren't going to do it, but you are. But you're going to do it. You're going to do it today. Okay? So this is important. If you're going to market online, visual storytelling tactics that will capture and hold attention before anything else. I'm telling you, just writing verbiage like text is not going to have the same effect as a visual. It is not. And you can experience it yourself. You know, that's why you stop. You see an image. If I'm like this, people stop to see, well, why is she doing that? I'm stopping the scroll. If I'm like this, hello, pretty people, I am stopping the scroll. So all of that's on purpose. So I need you to figure out your thing and just do it. Just like Nike, just do it. And there's a name for this. It's called the picture superiority effect. A pretty person's going to put that in the chat for me. The name of the game is called picture superiority effect. Okay. Because concepts presented with visuals or pictures are better learned and more easily and frequently recalled than anything else. Okay, so you kind of remember an image, you remember a video, you remember the how-to videos, right? Better than reading how to do something. That's why the videos are so important. And so you can remember better, I would say, if you see a visual. Yes or yes. And it says this, if you look it up, it says people retain information better when they see it. I'm a visual and auditory learner, so that's how I know. If I see it, I got it. If I'm reading it, I'm like, did I really get it? But I get it when I see it. So I am a visual and auditory learner. How many people are like me? Okay. So that's important. So that's why including an image with your social media post delivers 180% more engagement. 180% more engagement on your post, on your feed. And so that's what you want to do. And I'm not really on Twitter, but it says it actually increase your tweet. If you're on Twitter, I'm on there, but I'm not on there. It increased your tweets by 150%. And so most people are on something, right? You're on one of the platforms. So if you could get 180% more engagements by doing videos and images, would you do it? Yes or yes? So this is how you change your life. You show up differently. I'm different. I'm different. You show up differently. This is how you change your community. This is how you change your world because you're free. You're free to do it. This is what is called the freedom life. When you have choices. When I decided to leave television, it was because I wanted time freedom. It's all about freedom. Right now, that's what you're working towards. It's not necessarily buying a new house. It's not necessarily a new car. Those things are nice, right? But you're really, really working for freedom. Most people want freedom. You want freedom to do whatever it is that you like to do, but you got to have resources. And that resources is called money, right? So therefore, you got to make money. So if you're doing what you love to do, the money will come. Yes or yes. Was this helpful or was this helpful? So I need you to keep that in mind when you are showcasing your thing online. Okay. I need you to make sure you're creative. You're showing images. You're doing TikToks. You're doing reels, because visuals and pictures are better learned and more easily and frequently recalled than those without. I'm telling you. And so that's what I've done to build my audience. I show up and I make people stop the scroll. And you guys are my people. And so I make you stop the scroll. You're like, what? Hey, Yvonne. You're like, what is she talking about? That's stopping the scroll, an image. And so I think you should try it. And so if you try it, let me know. I want to celebrate you because that's what we do as pretty people. We celebrate, we collaborate, and create great relationships. So if you are a pretty person, hashtag pretty people. If this was helpful to you today, then I want you to share it. Yes, tag 2 people and share it. Yes, that's the name of the game. We share over here. When I share, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. Knowledge is the new rich. Arm yourselves with it. So I appreciate you, yes, for putting it in the chat for me. Girl, Rochelle just saved my life. Yes, a 3-day rider. Yes. And so she just saved my life, putting that in the chat for me. And please make sure you tag your girlfriend. I don't want to be the best kept secret. We want to help everybody that wants to build online. This is our season to make a change. If you want to be a part of the 100s, I see Kiki put 100 in the chat. I'll be happy to tell you more about the 100 that I'm personally developing in my organization. And then I'm happy to share with you motivation, inspiration, and business tips. I'll be live every Tuesday at 1:30 on my business page. So if you're not over there, join me over there. Yes, get over there. I'll answer your business questions. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful that you showed up. Yes, knowledge is the new rich. I'm Jerusha Wiggins, and I'll see you on the page. Enjoy your Monday. Yes, let's get this party started.